Hello out there, this is the AnYPony, and this is a kind of special emergency rambling video, so there is no fancy art style for once, because this is to a very current topic. This is a direct response to Digi's new video about thoroughly analyzing return of harmony / thoroughly analyzing free will. And yeah, last time when he did his Destiny thing I was already disagreeing as hell, but then Brony Curious posted his video and I was like, okay, Tommy said everything I had to say and he did it on spot, so there was no need for me to react any further. But yeah, this time I was like, what? And I already threw in my 2 bits in the comment section of this video, but a typical Digi video, especially one with such a really interesting and unique topic, has a very lively comment section. So I was kind of, okay, I threw my 2 bits in there, but they kind of get lost in the ocean of replies and comments, and so I was like, hey, I can ramble, I do rambling on a professional level, so let's ramble. So, first, he introduces basically 2 concepts. The first one is his definition of good and evil. For the starters, I agree with him. Good and evil is, to a certain level, subjective. You cannot really say, ooh, everything good, everything evil. There are circumstances in the societies that play into an individual's perception of good and evil. And for example, you have a businessman who is corrupt, who kind of explores stupidity of consumers and really uses unfair tricks against his competitors, and in his own mind, he will not think, oh, I'm an evil businessman, wah, 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 wah. No, he will probably see himself as a smart guy, as a good guy, as a reasonable person, as somebody who is better than others, who just knows how to play the system, and therefore he will think of himself as not evil, even so the rest of the world will be like, oh, he's such an evil businessman. And the fun fact is, this businessman would probably see his own direct competition who uses the same tricks as evil within a heartbeat. So yeah, but I don't want to go into hypocritism right now. So yeah, I do agree with Digi to this point, but after this he goes there and just says the harmony-disharmony system in Equestria symbolizes the good and evil system, and I have to disagree for multiple reasons. First of all, even though there is a certain society aspect in our perception of good and evil, I believe that every sentient being has an inner moral compass. And by saying, oh, disharmony is evil and turning people into stone is a good way to conserve the harmony, then my inner compass is like, no, this is not good. And therefore, simply going there and taking this really complex system like good and evil and saying, okay, good equals harmony and disharmony therefore is evil. No, this is too simple. This does not really live up to the concept of good and evil. This is too simplistic to call it thoroughly analyzing. I mean, I have to admit I used also a rather simple system. I used the AD&D alignment chart, and I stated that Discord is neutral chaotic by the definition of the category of neutral chaotic. Digi's definition is too... he's making it too simple in my eyes. You just going there and say, okay, we have to see it through the eyes of the series. In this series, harmony is awesome, disharmony is bad. So where does this leave Discord? Because Discord is the embodiment of disharmony, which is, in Digi's definition, evilness. So Discord is the incarnation of evilness. How can you reform the incarnation of evil? This does not work. But if you say he is not evil but chaotic, then you have the opportunity to say he can be either good chaotic, neutral chaotic, or evil chaotic. And for evil chaotic, yeah, there are certain aspects with mind control and stuff like this. I could see arguments for the evil chaotic element, but on the other hand, he is too playful. If he would be really evil chaotic, he would just smash everybody. But nah, he is a child with too much power, and it depends on your perception of children who like to play and play tricks on others, if this is per definition evil. The main 6 do a lot of stuff I would say, holy crap, this is not really hero material either, but because they are the protagonists, everything they do is fine, and if a prankster like Discord comes there, then he's evil! Yeah. So, is this for my first point? Now for my second point. Digi questions the whole concept of free will, and I disagree with him deeply, because even so I'm not an idealist, so therefore I see it in a more grayish area. I believe that there are a lot of factors that work into a being. Our biology, our familiar background, our environment we have been raised in, the beliefs and values in our home country, all this kind of has an influence on our decision process and everything. But then again, a sentient being has to have the ability to make decisions. Even so, there are a lot of influences. When you have to decide left or right, you are the last gatekeeper. You are the one who goes either left or right. Considering everything you know, considering everything that went into your being, into your the way you have been raised, but finally, you are the one who decides left or right. You are not determined to go either way, you decide it. And another problem I have with determinism is that you basically give up all responsibility for everything you do. Because when you say, oh, I'm not responsible because I was determined to do this. What? This is pretty much, oh, I don't have anything to do, I'm determined to do. Okay, now Digi would probably say, oh, then you are determined to think so. What is the meaning of life in this case? I mean, you just get set on your railroad and you just drive it down and get up at the final station. What is it? If this is something you really believe in, why not put a bullet right into your head? Because what are you living for then? Seriously. And so yeah, I have a strong problem with determinism as a concept that rules your existence. And finally, to put both these concepts, this very linear, one-dimensional good-evil concept, and determinism in one explanation, in one string of reasoning, I really have to ask Digi, do you really believe in both those concepts at the same time? Because in my eyes, this is either hypocritical or a really, really depressing view on the world. This basically means when you are evil, you have been determined to be so from the very beginning because of determinism. And because there is something as black and white as good and evil, this pretty much means you're screwed. You are born evil, you basically can be taken as baby from your mother and put right into jail. Well, good sir, you are born evil. Too bad. You may be only 1 day old, but evil it is. Do you prefer to be turned into stone, or do you want to be sent to the moon? What is this for a perspective? Seriously. How can you believe in a black and white good and evil system without even the ability for the individual to choose which path to go down? One of these concepts is bad enough, but the combination of those, no! This is like... you know what the final result is of this string of thought? Oh, sorry, officer, but it wasn't my fault that I killed all those innocent people. First of all, I was born evil, and therefore I was determined to do it. You know who thinks this way? Religious fanatics or something like this. This cannot be a standard you believe in. Okay, I just needed to get this out of my system. Sorry for the one boring image you have to watch, but this video is already kind of half a day late, so I needed to get this out as quickly as possible. But on a good note, the next rambling video will be illustrated by the very talented mage, also known as Lethal Aurora, and I've already seen it. It is pretty epic. You can look forward to this one. This is the AnYPony saying see you soon.